Housewives dynamic. Hey! Hey y'all, it's California Cutie here. I want you guys to come join moment. So always. Now, hey, you know what? I really love the opening of my show. I really do. I don't know about y'all, but I do. Okay. Welcome to my channel, y'all. I am your host, California Cutie. Welcome. If you are new here, do me a favor. Take one moment. Okay. Take one moment and hit that subscribe and then hit the notification bell and then put all. And then you set. I mean, you done. You done for the day. You not done for the day, but you done with my channel in this video for the day. Okay, that's what I need y'all to do. Well, my newbies, what's up, cuties? What's going on? How are y'all doing? I'm doing great, as you can tell. I'm doing really well. So make sure you guys hit that like button as well. You guys know how to take care of the business. I am your host again, California Cutie. Please follow me on all my little social platforms. I'm on IG as California Cutie. I'm also on Threads as California Cutie. So get into those things as well if you don't, be on YouTube as much as I would like for you to be. Okay. So yeah, y'all. What else do we need to do? Oh, subscribe to my channel if you have not. Make sure you guys stay subscribed, because sometimes YouTube be trying to act up. They be really trying to gather the CCs, the content creators. So make sure that you're still subscribed to my channel, and make sure that you have your notifications on all so that you know when I drop my new videos or I go live. That's how we do things. So y'all know why I'm here, right? Y'all already seen the thumbnails. Y'all already know it is time for a recap and review of what? The Housewives of Potomac. Yes. Okay. So the girls is giving this week. We are on episode 4. You guys already know we're in season 10, correct? We're in season 10, episode 4, and this is Tropic Like It's Hot, Tropic Like It's Hot, Tropic Like It's Hot, Tropic Like It's Hot. So yeah, that is the title of this specific, don't give me a line, this specific episode. Excuse me. So yeah, it's Tropic Like It's Hot. Tropic like it's hot. Tropic like it's hot. And when get an attitude, dropping like it's hot. Like it's hot. Get the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean Don and best because I got it going on. Shout out to my twinner Snoop Dogg. Okay, we born on the same day. We just celebrated our birthday, October 20th. Okay. Oh, we should get an applause for that. So yeah, y'all, we are here to get into the girls. These girls right here, the girls of Potomac. Yes, we are here for the girls, okay? So, let me tell you something before I even get into this one last time. I really need y'all to make sure that you guys are liking the video, because I think you guys get into it and then you guys forget to like it. So let me just give a 10-second of this right here, just so we be clear that what we're doing, okay? The computer be trying to mess with me while I'm live. It's okay though. Whatevs. But yes, let's have a good time, y'all. Let's have a good time. Let me put my banners up because I always, when I tell y'all, I always forget to put my banners up because one, I'm not monetized yet. And I put yet like all caps yet because it's coming, y'all. It's coming. Okay. So if you want to support my channel or you want to support me, you can support me right here on my Cash App. California Cutie 310. Okay, no, it's 310 because I don't want you to put 310 and then it's all messed up. But 310, okay? And so that's a, free, not a free way. It's not free to do it that way. But if you guys, sometimes people we want to, support in another kind of way, monetize money wise. And, I'm not mad because that's what I did to my favorite content creators. I would I still, I still, they're monetized, so I can send them a super chat. I don't have super chats yet. I have not been monetized, but I also send them cash apps because they get it faster. And no disrespect to YouTube because I'm trying to get on, but YouTube takes a little, percentage of the money. So if you want to support me, my Cash App is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Now, let me get to my notes and everything else. And like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's doing great. Okay, let's get these notes going. So I already told you guys it's called, it's season 10, episode 4, Tropic, like it's hot. Okay, so we pick up right right after, it's like a continuance from the last episode where the girls are still in the sprinter and they were on their way to Preakness. And Kay basically tells Stacy that she don't like her. She's like, I don't like you, Stacy. Stacy's in her confession like, she feel like she never really did nothing to Kay. I don't know if she did anything to Kay, but she's like, I ain't never seen nobody hate that I'm breathing. I was like, right. That is a lot. You hate that I'm breathing? Wow. You hate that I'm alive? You hate I'm on this cast? You hate that you have to share the screen with me? I mean, that's a lot. I'm going to need you to get to the bottom of that, Kay, because I don't need you to be walking around with these pent up feelings about your coworker, Kay. That's not cool. That means at any time you can, never mind. I don't even want to go there. But if y'all know what y'all thought I was going to say, you're right. Okay. So like I said, they were in a sprinter still. And like Stacy's like brushing out her hair, she got her little hair in, her little wig, her wiggy wig, and she's brushing her hair out or whatever. And Stacy's like, stop touching. Excuse me. Kay is like, stop touching me. Again, I told y'all in the last recap that I felt like, why is Kay sitting by anybody other than Angel? Then you wouldn't have to say, Stacy, why are you touching me? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So Stacy moves over to the right. She slid over to the right a little bit. Giselle was sitting over there. Giselle was like, you can scoot back over there. Yeah, scoot. Yeah, scoot over there. Over there. I was like, I'm getting tired of y'all looking like y'all bullying somebody. Like literally, I mean, it's not that Stacy's my favorite person either, and she's not my coworker, but I'm gonna need y'all to not make me feel like y'all bullying her. Because in a minute I'm gonna jump on her side and I'm gonna be looking at y'all sideways. And I don't want to really do that. Because like I said, Stacy's not my favorite person. So please don't go for the lowest hanging fruit. It's not cute. It's just not cute. So anyway, and like I put in my notes, Stacey gonna get sick and tired of you guys ganging up on her, bullying up on her, talking to her. Oh yeah, I'm in my 10-minute mark. Talking to her, you know what I'm saying? And like I put in my notes, I'm not gonna let the QVC persona fool me. I think Stacey might have it in her she ain't got it all the way in her. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying she got it in to stick up for herself. That's what I'm saying. So they finally get to Preakness. They take a nice group photo, which was, it was cute. And then I really got a chance to see, did Giselle have on pants? Was that a pants outfit? Because if it was, I feel now what Kay was saying, because I feel like all the ladies should have been in a nice dress. Don't y'all think? I don't care how floral it was. I don't care how springy it was. You should have had on a dress. Anyway, the group photo was nice. And of course, Giselle is all the way in the middle. Wendy always hits this little pose. I think this pose come from when Wendy was when she did this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's right. That's how
I think Wendy kind of poses like with the side. If y'all look closely at the picture, she like even on this picture, she kind of like rocks to the side. I ain't mad because I always take my pictures to the same way too. Like I know my angle, but I literally think that Wendy be leaning to the side. She leaned into, who was that? That I think that was Tia. She almost covered Tia up. I was like, wait a minute now, Wendy, scoot over, scooch it over. Let me bring my notes back up. All right, so the ladies sit down. Kay wants the ladies to shake a tail feather, right? She wants them to shake a tail feather so they can get this little $20. Because Greg had gave her a little handful of 20s, to go bet or whatever. So she was like, shake a little something, get this little $20, little hot 20, which means you can make money off of Greg's money. You don't have to spend none of your money. You might hit big off this little dub. Okay. I'm always here for somebody giving me some money. I'm spending your money first, and then I'm gonna go spend my money. Hopefully, I don't have to spend my money. Hopefully, I went with your money. Hopefully, your money was good luck, and then I can just have my money. You know what I mean? So, like I said, everybody's trying to shake a tail feather. She told Stacey she was last to receive her $20 because she didn't shake nothing. So the lady started gyrating and stuff. We get football head Ashley shaking her new tits. They're not new, but you know what I mean. Her tits. And then we have I didn't get to see Wendy, but I think Wendy did shake something, probably her, booty she paid for. And so, maybe that's what she had shook or whatever. So Stacey got up to earn her little $20. And Kay said somebody got changed for 20 because she only earned about $10. Now, the problem, like I said earlier, is that I'm tired of them bullying her. I am really tired of them bullying Miss Stacey. Like I am. It's like it gets old, it gets tired. It's like I'd rather y'all not talk to her. But then if you don't talk to her, she's gonna get in her feelings. I get it, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know what to tell y'all, but figure it out. So anyway, she tells Stacey she only deserves $10. But here's the thing: that fool Stacey got up and she started bobbling her head. She started shaking her head. I was like, look, I can't twerk that well either. One, I'm a woman of a particular age. Two, I am ass challenged. My Latina kicked in. That's why I work out. So I have a little whoop bump. So my mama has a nice round butt, always had, but she wanted me to look like my daddy. So she made me have his body and this face. But I really look like her. I just got his skin complexion. I look like my mom. I used to look like my dad though. But anywho, what I'm saying is I don't have a lot of junk in my trunk either. Stacy, I told you last recap on Potomac that I don't have hips and dips. I also said I don't have no hips like Stacy does. But my God, Stacy, you look like a stiff. I need her to. Just. I don't know what to tell her to do, but don't shake nothing, cause she look like a bobblehead, and that's why Kay only want to give you $10. Okay. So Wendy and Giselle stay seated when the ladies go outside to go take, go place their bets. Wendy says, if she says to Giselle, if you mention my name to Angel, she'll talk about me for 7 minutes. How you know that, Wendy? How you know that? I think Wendy's a little full of herself when it comes to these newbies. I think she is hazing, if you will. I think she is doing a little bit of hazing because that's how they treated her. Y'all remember?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's right. That's how
They was hazing her. So, that's when Wendy had to come back and be like,
I have 4 degrees. I'm not stupid. I have 4 degrees.
So we understand that Wendy, I think at some level you are trying to haze the newbies. The problem is you know what it feels like and you shouldn't do that. That's not that should be the furthest thing from your mind, literally. Giselle says there's something that happened at Temple. That's what she says to Wendy. Wendy says, I never talked to her. Wendy says she heard she didn't graduate. Wendy, you heard that Angel didn't graduate? Okay, so this is a little something she's going to hold in the back of her pocket and use on Angel later. That's what that means. Because, I don't know. The way she said it sounded like shady. But, hey, okay. Facts are facts. If she didn't graduate, she didn't graduate. I didn't even go to college, so I don't care. I'm a stylist. Okay? I'm a braid stylist. Self-taught. And got in the shop with my DBA. And still did hair and learned my craft even more in the shop. So, like, yeah, I'm not judging. No judging here. Wendy says I never talked to her. Wendy said she heard she didn't graduate. Wendy says she thinks something transpired that I think earlier in her year, because if they're 3 years apart, Wendy says she graduated in 2006. Angel was supposed to graduate in 2009. But according to Wendy, something transpired and Angel left. Giselle says Angel said she graduated in 2009. Stacy comes back to sit down because she said she was putting that $20 that Kay gave her by way of Greg. She was pocketing that because Kay was over there giving a tutorial on how to bet and she wasn't interested. So Ashley already got a man interested in dating her. They pan over and Ashley's at the bar, probably getting her a Corona because Ashley, which I think she had a real drink in her hand, but Ashley is a girl after my own heart. My girl gets her a little Corona and she get her a little tequila shot and she be on her way. And I'm a beer girl too. Not that I drink beer all the time, but I watch sports, really football. Used to watch basketball when Kobe passed. I just didn't feel the same way about basketball anymore. Rest in peace, Mom. But what I'm saying is I'm a girl that loves some beer too. Really ice cold with a little bit of. If it's a blue moon, give me an orange slice. If it's a Corona, give me a lime slice. And if it's tequila, give me an orange slice behind it because it just clears the palate. So I'm not mad at Ashley at all when it comes to her ordering her Corona or her beer and then a tequila shot. But Miss Ashley, as good as she be looking, she already got her a man that is interested in her at the bar. And so they head back over to sit down, get some grub. Stacey can't believe Ashley got a date already. She's like, girl, we've been here less than 5 minutes. How you doing? What you doing? um so Stacey asks her, are you still seeing Josh? Ashley says, yeah, me and Josh are, we're figuring things out, but I'm single, you know, and I don't have a boyfriend. Um Giselle says you're single until you're married. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Even if you have a boyfriend, I know your license says single. I know when they ask you about your taxes, it say single unless you're married. It's just how it goes. Sorry, don't kill the messenger. That's some real shit. People really be hung up on that. And bruh, miss me with all of it. Cause literally I'm single until I'm married. I'm married. I've been married for 13 years. But I've been with my husband for 25 years. Trust me, we were together for 25 years, but trust me, we were single for the first 12 years of our being together. I couldn't claim him and he couldn't claim me. Now, when we got married, different strokes for different folks. We're talking about something totally different. So Giselle says you're single until you're married. That's how she sees it. Stacey took that opportunity to ask Giselle if she had a boyfriend. Giselle responds and says no. She says, I'm single. Someone says, why do you ask her like that? So of course, Stacey deflects because she is holding on to the tidbit of information she has. A lot of these ladies are starting to take notes and saying, you know what, I'm gonna have this information, I'm gonna put that in my back pocket and save it for later. That's what they're doing. So Stacey deflects and says she's never asked Giselle about her love life. Like I said, she's saving what she know about Giselle for another day. Giselle says Angel has a man she wants her to meet. I was like, okay, let's get with the setup. It must be a football player. She must want her to be a wag. I'm not mad. I almost was a wag. Shout out to baby daddy. So anyway, uh, Stacey says, well, is he bald? Angel says, yes. Wendy says, well, is he dark skinned? Angel says, yes. The ladies start screaming in excitement, girl. They're like, wow. And then we get a flashback of big, what we say, little head, no, big head, little brain, her ex-husband. I know your disrespect. I'm trying to be funny. It might not be funny to everybody, but anyway, they get, the kid's father. I shouldn't say that. That's her kid's father and her ex-husband. We get a picture of, I can't think of his name because I can't. But the he's not a bishop. What is he? Reverend? I don't know. Anyway, her ex-husband, they get to, show him as if that is gonna be her, go to when it comes to discussing what her man looks like. Unless they was together in high school, that don't mean nothing. Cause I know one thing, I like them all colors of the blackness. So chocolate all the way to not lighter than me. So if you darker than me, you would have had a chance. But if you lighter than me, slim pickings, I would have been like, yikes. because I want to be the lightest one in the room when we're in the dark. But anyway, Angel says this is an amazing guy. Giselle said we'll see. She'll see for herself. Ashley tells Tia that she heard that she called her rude and did. Tia says yes. When you invited the ladies out the other day, we were all together. She thought it was a bit rude of her not to invite all of them. And if you wasn't gonna invite all of them, my darling, then you should have invited them not in front of Tia. Tia says it was just a little tongue in cheek action. So the ladies are at the table instigating a bit. They have been instigating a lot. Like I am so amazed at the instigation of it all. I don't know if y'all been peeping it, but that's some immature shit to do. Like literally, if somebody is having a argument, a tete-a-tete, it's getting uncomfortable, don't start rubbing it in or gasping and shit, grabbing your pearls. Don't do that shit. Like just act like the shit ain't going on and turn to your neighbor and tell them how much you love that person. Like, come on now. It's that to me, it's getting a little ridiculous, literally. So anyway, like I said, they was instigating a bit. Ashley and Tia go back and forth about, she wasn't trying to say anything. It kind of just rolled off of her tongue, it just kind of rolled off of her tongue. Cheek to tongue is like it rolls off your tongue. It's not something you think about. And Ashley is like, yeah, I've heard the term before, and I know you was being shady. Tia says, no, that's more like I said, it just rolls off your tongue. It's nothing to, it wasn't nothing like that. And she said, and I already apologized. So keep up. I was like, get football head together. Ashley, you've been on the show a long time, and I still can't really get with you. Like I enjoy you on the show, but you still not my cup of tea yet. So Ashley says she's keeping up and she understood it to be shady. So someone at the table said it's like the word chin check. Tia said, no, those words are aggressive. So it's not the same. Tia goes on to say Giselle told her when she meets Ashley that Ashley would fancy her. I love it when she talks. Tia said, but there was none of that. She didn't even get so much of as a fist bump with Ashley. Here go Ashley. Well, you're a beautiful woman. Girl, save your compliments because somebody's calling you out. Like literally, she just called you out. Now here you go. Whatever, girl. So Tia says, thank you. And right then, Jazzy and her friend walk up, and the ladies are happy to see her. She hugs all the ladies and has a seat next to Kay. I didn't see them hug, but she sits next to Kay and tells them how her and Darius are in counseling right now before they get married. And I think counseling is always great before you get married. I mean, because it's not going to hurt for sure. She said they are closing up their RSVP list for their wedding. So that's a lot of weight lifted off of her shoulders. She said wedding planning is a whole new ball game. And she's married to a football. Oh, she's going to be marrying a football player as well. So Angel asked because she just had sat down, and Angel is sitting on one side of Kay, and Jazzy is sitting on the other side of Kay. So Angels asked Jazzy which position does Darius, her fiance, plays. She says he's a linebacker. Jazzy says to Angel, what position does Bobby play? Which is Angel's husband. She said he's a tackle and he's started for the last 10 years. Wendy said, oh, uh, uh. I was like, see, that's that instigating shit I don't like. We don't need all that extra shit. So she's like, when he pulls up her binoculars. So she got her little binoculars up, like looking at Angel. Um, and says, "Oh, 10-year starter. Um, y'all didn't catch it, but I did." Stacy said, "I caught it." So Jazzy says Darius is on his seventh year. Angel says, "Oh, I'm happy for you, sis." The ladies go outside to watch the horse race. Wendy says she won $5. Giselle says she also won, but she didn't disclose how much. The ladies are standing together, and Ashley asks Kay if things between she and Jazzy are okay. I'm sorry, I just had to go up. Kay says that she heard that Jazzy was saying things about her in the street, so they ended up calling Jazzy over, to probably clear the air. She's standing like 4 feet away from her. Um, Kay tells Jazzy that she heard that Stacy and Jazzy had a problem with her. Stacy always gets confused. Jump. I don't know what that is. Stacy, what you scared of? She be so nervous. But Stacy is like, how did I get in this? Jesse says, who told you this? Kay turns to Wendy and says, you told me. Point at Wendy. You was the one. You're the corporate. Yeah, it's you. Wendy says, what did I tell you? Uh, you said Jazzy and Stacy had a little issue with me. Wendy says, hold on a second, because here come the first lady of Maryland, and we want to keep it classy for a second. So the first lady stays on one side of the fence, and Wendy hurry up and put her shoes on because either her feet was hurting or I hate standing in grass with heels on. Either way, she hurries up, puts her heels on, and she walks over to the first lady, and the first lady is blurred out. Okay, she does not want to be on RHOP. Okay, she's like, girl, I like y'all, but y'all know y'all not about to tarnish my shit. So Kay, come for Wendy and was like, oh, you made us. No, she didn't come. She was in her confessional. Was like, oh, she made such a big deal about her event. Being invited by the first lady. We spent all of 10, 20 seconds with the lady. So anyway, once the first lady leaves, they continue. Excuse me. They continue discussing the issue that Stacy and Jassy supposed to have with Kay. Wendy says she was on the phone with Jassy, and she asked Jassy if she was going to the NAACP awards, and Wendy thought that Kay was gonna be at the award show as well, and she says that Jassy was like, I don't know, I don't know, you know. So Wendy came back and told Kay that she thought there was an issue. Jazzy said, okay, so Wendy, you was being messy. Wendy said, I wasn't being messy. So in the confessional, Jazzy said that it was a bit of a stretch, and then they hurried up and moved her and put Kay's confessional up. And Kay says Wendy told her she picked up on something. So when people pick up on something, there's usually something that was put down. So she doesn't believe that Jazzy, that it was just that cut and dry, that no, it wasn't that big of an issue. So Kay says, Jazzy, we can do a lot of things. You don't have to lie. Jazzy says, I know. Jazzy says, I know you are going through a lot with Greg. I was like, wait a minute. Did you just tell this girl that she going through a lot with Greg?
What you talking about, Willis?
It's like, woo. You really trying to comfort Kay? That's a way to comfort Kay. Don't please. So of course, Jesse says, I know you're going through a lot with Greg, but I don't want you to take it out on me. Kay says, don't speak on me and my man. Jesse says, again, I know you're going through a lot, Kay. Kay says, no, you're going through a lot because you're marrying a man that had 2 kids on you.
Damn.
We about to go to hell on this one. Production shows us a clip of Jazzy saying that Darius is a great father and he had 2 kids either before she came into the picture or created before she was there. Kay said she's not going through nothing. Jazzy says, I'm not gonna give you no. Jazzy says, I'm just gonna give you grace. I'm just gonna give you grace. Again, Kay says she's the one that's marrying a man with 2 kids. Jazzy says, Kay, you're in a rough spot. Wait a minute. Are you telling this lady that who you haven't talked to, she in a rough spot? I don't understand what's going on here. But anyway, okay, she said you in a rough spot. I wouldn't be upset. She said I would be upset too if no, Giselle started telling them, y'all just go. Y'all just walk away. So why Jazzy, her friend, and somebody else was walking away, um, Jazzy hits her with another one, says, yeah, Kay, she says, I would be upset too if all I got was a little condo that he didn't even pay for. So I don't know, how production does. I don't know if they heard it or not because I feel like Kay would have really argued with her if she heard her. But so we get Tia asking Giselle if she's coming on the holiday yacht trip. Giselle says she hadn't decided. Angel says, well, bring Sharice because I like her. And that's how that ended. So now the ladies are gearing up to leave for Navis. They're they're leaving at 4 a.m. All the ladies arrive, including Jassy. So I guess Giselle made up her mind if she was going to include Jassy because Jassy is there. Last minute, but she made it. Giselle said she was last minute, and Giselle says she's a fun girl and she's here for the moment. She has been through a lot, talking about Jassy, and that she's been through a lot with Darius, and so she deserved to have this girl trip as well. The ladies are all first class except for Jassy, and that's only because she was last minute, I'm sure. She's in economy, but like she said, the champagne is gonna taste the same in on the back of the plane. I said, girl, you got that right. So the ladies arrive to St. Kitts. The ladies meet their driver, Zymir. We find out that the island that they're going to, they have to take a yacht to get to it. It took Jazzy 45 minutes to get off the plane. The plane didn't even look that big, but okay. Nobody really even asked Jazzy what happened or why it took so long or anything. But maybe I think she was asleep because she still had her little moisturizer, her little strips on. So anyway, The ladies arrive at the custom lounge where they're popping champagne and they're asking Giselle about the itinerary. She tells them they're going to get on a yacht to get to the island, and then they're going to go to the Four Seasons, and then they're going to plan out or do, they'll find out what the rest of the evening holds for them. So while they're waiting for their yacht or waiting to go on their sprinter to get to the yacht, Ashley asks, does anyone have any goals for this trip or anything they would like to achieve during this trip? Oh, excuse me. Angel quickly says, I do. She wants the opportunity to get to know the ladies and for the ladies to get to know her on another level. We get Stacy in the confessional saying she reached out to Angel to greet her with a warm welcome that she did not receive from the ladies on the show. And she was met with a lukewarm reception. Stacy feels like it's because she and Angel and Kay are good friends that 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 Kay and Angel are good friends, and Stacy really is hoping that Angel and her can connect without Kay interfering or throwing salt on the friendship. Stacy, I'm sorry, you guys, hit the like button for me. Oh, I said, yeah, Stacy's hopeful, So Jazzy says, well, she's here when Jazzy says, well, I'm here when you ready to lean in and have some fun. And they clink their glasses together. I thought that was cute because Jazzy and Kay are not seeing eye to eye. But, Jazzy is letting her know that she's open for a relationship with Angel. And Angel is saying the same thing about Jazzy. So I thought that was kind of cool. Giselle says, well, I told you guys to bring the y'all slutty costumes and all that because we are going to have a bachelorette party for Jazzy. When all the ladies get pumped up, they all excited and stuff. Kay didn't look like a happy camper. One of the ladies that work at that's at this facility, walked over to all the ladies and said, we have a problem with Mrs. Massey going through customs because in that country, they're not allowed to wear camouflage. And Angel had a camo bag. So football head Ashley says that Angel clearly didn't read the itinerary because it's clearly stated it's illegal for anyone, including children, to wear camouflage and navies. It also states that if you bring it, you may not be allowed in the country. Tia to the rescue. Love Tia in this moment because Tia had a nearly empty bag. It was partially empty. It looked empty. She had a partially empty bag that she was able to put Angel's camouflage bag into without nobody seeing it. So Angel was able to keep her bag and, hide it from any of the authorities. And so now Angel won't be in trouble. So the ladies are eating, and Kay says she likes the salmon balls. And so Wendy asks Stacy, does she suck balls? Stacy says as in food, or Wendy says as in Zick. Stacy says she doesn't know if she's encountered that yet. Giselle asked her, is that why you got a divorce? Jazzy said, probably. See, this is why you have to know this.
It's called sexual behavior in the ghetto.
You just got to know your sexual behavior in the ghetto, okay? You just got to know it. Anyway, Stacy said, am I supposed to be doing that? Stacy can get so called cousin on us. Wendy says, yeah, there is flavor there. I was like, I can't with the flavor because I like clean balls, smell good balls. You know, the balls that smell like cologne, like they just got out the shower. You know, those balls. I like clean balls. Now, I like to, never mind. I'm not going to. I do. I like some clean balls, though. I do. I like it to be just like they like us to be. Don't get it twisted. Y'all need to be fresh down there too, mother suckers. Anywho, we get Stacy in the confessional said, Wendy, how dare you ask me about balls? You're an academic. You're an academic or no. You need to know about, pleasing the man, your man, period. It just, I don't know. Most men will tell you they like their balls licked, but I guess her man ain't never told her. They look at her real classy. And it's funny because what was that? T was like, I hope I don't look like a ball licker. I said, girl, I don't look like a ball licker either. Sorry, Daddy, if you're watching. I'm being funny. So the ladies pack up and they get on a 15-minute ride to where, they're gonna board their yacht. The ladies have to take off their shoes to get to board the yacht. They open up another bottle of champagne. Jazzy is very thankful and happy that the ladies are celebrating her getting married, and it's also the day after Wendy's 41st birthday. So they're still celebrating that. They toast to having a couple of new beautiful women in the group, and they want to show everyone a good time. So let's celebrate. And Giselle says, even though some of them didn't want you to come, I said, we're toasting. We're toasting. You want to ruin the moment just to say that some of the ladies didn't want you to come, right? Talking to Jassy. Jassy says, oh, I heard that. The ladies is asking, well, who said that? Who did that? Who didn't want her to come? Who said that? And of course, Kay is quick to say, wait, let's speak on it. Let's speak on it. So Giselle got it wrong, and she says what Angel was the one who said bring Sharice instead. Giselle, you're correct. She did say she would like for Sharice to be there because she likes Sharice. She didn't use the word instead. She wasn't even the one to say that she didn't want Jassy to come. That would have been Kay. Kay is the one that said something smart about Jassy coming. But okay. uh, but I do love that Angel spoke up for herself and said, if I said it was because I don't really know you well. But I don't even think I said that. I just said I wanted Sharice to come because I know her. Kay says she knows she didn't want to be on this trip being fake and phony. And before she can finish her sentence, Jassy says, well, since you not being phony and fake, tell Wendy what you said about her. I was like, oh, damn, what you say about her, girl? Why she got your number? So they never said what Kay supposedly said about Wendy. The ladies wanted to know if Angel was giving Jazzy a fair chance, given that she is Kay's friend of 20 years, and that Kay and Jazzy are not seeing eye to eye right now. Angel said, yeah. But before she can explain why she's giving not only Jazzy a chance, but anybody else a chance, because she really came on the trip saying she's wanting to get to know the ladies and she wants the ladies to get to know her. That's what she started the whole trip off of. So for the ladies to be asking her this, it's like, shut the fuck up and get to know the lady, or get off the boat or the bus or anything else and move on. Because it's getting a little annoying and she ain't been there long. We only on our 4th episode. My God. Maybe you had to take a drink. And like I said, before Angel could explain, Wendy wanted to interrupt her and tell her that she was being shady to Jazzy when she told her that her husband was a starter for 10 years. No, she wasn't, Wendy. Instigator. You are really reaching. You're reaching. But anyway, I love the way Angel was in her confessional and explained that she wasn't being shady to Jazzy, but production was trying to be shady because they asked her about Jazzy being a wag to a bench warmer. And I was like, see, y'all the ones trying to start that mess. And I love Angel because she kept her composure and she said, no, there's different degrees of, football players, but all the players bring something to the team. Oh, I love you, because you just not a pretty lady that just married a football player. You understand the game to some degree for you to even have that concept. Mm. Back on the yacht, Stacy asks if Angel has room in her heart for the ladies that Kay doesn't like. Angel said she does, and you ladies will get to know her. Giselle says that's the thing she doesn't want to feel. That's Giselle said that's the thing. She doesn't want to feel like Angel is only there for Kay. Kay says, well, then you guys should be more fun and inviting. That's true. So the ladies get up and go hang out on the top deck. Kay and Angel stay behind because Kay says she need she needs to count backwards. She's like Claire Huxtable. 99, 98, 97, 96, 95. She needs to count backwards. I mean, she didn't say that. I'm putting that in there because that's my thing. But yeah, count backwards because it take a little bit more concentration. So, but Kay she needed a moment. So the other ladies started having some fun. They was drinking and dancing and doing their thing. The island is on the horizon. They can see the island. Okay. Wendy graded Stacy's twerking at a F minus. I'm trying out my new sound effects. Sorry, y'all. That was a gong for the F minus that she got. Okay. Stacy dancing is not her thing. Okay. It's not her thing, and it's okay. It's just not her thing. She's stiff as a surfboard. And everybody can't have the gift of dance. So Stacy, I put Stacy's head was gyrating more than her whole body. The ladies spot another yacht that's on the water. They're waving because I've been on, a few boats. I don't think I've been on a yacht. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't been on a yacht, but I've been on some nice boats, right? I live in California. I've been on some nice boats. But when I have I been on a yacht party? I'm old, y'all. I don't remember, but I feel like if I did, I will remember. But I'm thinking I was invited to a couple of yacht parties. I just didn't make it. A couple of my friends got married on yachts, so and I didn't make it. But however, there's another yacht on the water. And when you're on the boat on the water and you see other people, you wave to them. Hey, y'all doing? We doing? We all having a good time. Y'all tell me why thirsty ass Giselle gonna scream out, "Hey, there's men on that boat. Hey, y'all, we gonna be at the Four Seasons." The ladies is like, "Girl, we cannot see or know who is on that boat." Giselle can be real thirsty at times. You too pretty to be that damn thirsty. You already juggling around some men. Why do you gotta be so thirsty on TV? Anyway, the ladies have a nice greeting when they arrive to Navis. Uh, they had some of the natives that were on stilts. They get, their drinks and coconut, and they also meet they their itinerary planner. And if Giselle tell me and us one more time that she worked so hard to get this trip together when literally it's a cash trip and literally you have a planner that we just met and literally they just slap your name on it. Ugh, it's annoying. But anyway, okay, whatever, girl. The ladies are getting ready to get on a golf cart, but before they get on, Giselle tells Ashley that she wants to discuss a picture that she has sent that she saw online of Tia and Angel, but Giselle and Ashley don't think that the picture of Angel looks like her. Giselle says she will bring it up at dinner. The ladies arrive at the Four Seasons. It's set up so beautifully. They were actually standing in Giselle and Ashley. Well, it's Giselle's villa. Ashley will be staying with her. We find out Tia is going to get the nanny's quarter because she's from London, girl, child. I don't even know. But the best part of that is that Tia gets to stay by herself. So what else? Um, the next villa, we have Wendy, Stacy, and Jassy. And them fools started screaming like teenage girls as if they'd never been nowhere. Giselle's like, "Oh, yo, so y'all happy?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, way too pumped. It's okay." They all had, oh no, and then Angel and Kay had the other villa. They all had to, head out to get ready and, go take showers and get ready for dinner. Everyone that is being shown to their room, we get pictures of their names being embroidered on their pretty pink robes, and they also have an embroidery of their initial on a makeup bag that Giselle set up for them. So, the ladies are all sharing the nice note that Giselle had written up for them. Everybody got a nice note, something personal from Giselle, written from Giselle's mouth, but I think somebody on the island wrote it. But anyhow, Giselle, and she had that card and note sitting by some flowers. So everybody had these flowers and those notes on the side of their bed. So when we get to Stacy's room, Wendy says, "What does your card say?" And Stacy said, she's all pumped. She's about to get to her card or whatever. And Stacy says, "It don't say anything. It doesn't say nothing." She says, "Where's my message?" She says she thinks that they may be a mistake. So Stacy's giving Giselle the benefit of the doubt, which I thought was, that was nice of her to do. She didn't have to, but she did. Wendy points out that Stacy's robe doesn't have her name embroidered on it. Not only that, but it's a size large, and we all know that Stacy is a petite woman. So Giselle went all the way out of her way to be mean and bully Stacy. And I already told y'all, I don't think that's cool. Why are you doing that? That's some bullshit. I'm gonna leave it right there. Like that's some bullshit, and I don't like it. Um, Stacy says, "Well, I guess we know how Giselle feels about her or about me. However, she thinks that it's clear. So we hear Giselle saying that Stacy and her are at a quandary, and Giselle says she is unsure who Stacy is and what she is, so she could see it within her to put her name on the road. She says, and I don't know who this hoe is. So we get Wendy in the confessional, remembering when Giselle used to give her the cold shoulder, but she says she's glad it ain't her, so she's not even going to press it. And that's another thing. Like, stick up for people. You know what it felt like, Wendy, and you not going to stick up for her, you weird ass. Like, I would be like, see, y'all, that's the thing. You guys are bootlickers to Giselle. Y'all act like Giselle is holding all the cards, and that's why I miss Karen in this moment, because Karen would never let Giselle act the way she acts and bully the way she bullies, knowing that this is a franchise that you guys are supposed to be trying to be a sisterhood, which Giselle has no idea what that means. And I feel like she's just using each one of these girls to stay on the show, which you don't have to stay on the show. You are the show. But I'm saying, just like you didn't really care for Wendy, but now you and Wendy friends. You and Ashley's always been cool, so I'm not even gonna say nothing about that. But I just feel Giselle is a fake and phony at some degree, and because she don't have her sidekick, she's just moving around the circle. And if she can be mean to somebody and nobody checks her on it, she gonna do it. And I don't like that shit. Kay and Angel are feeling a little secluded from the girls. Even Wendy said it feels like there's two groups. All the girls except for the all the girls in one group except for Kay and Angel in the second group. Jassy says if they're not there to have a good time, talking about I think Angel and Kay, if they're not here, if they're not here to have a good time, they can't be trusted. The ladies are just about ready. Every lady looks nice. I don't think I was disappointed in anybody's looks. We get Tia on the phone with her daughter, Alexis, who has a birthday that day. She turned 14, and her mom, is making sure that she's having a good birthday. She's having a birthday party the day after, because I think that's Friday, Saturdays. She's going to do the birthday party, and then the girls will be back on Sunday. So I think it's like a 3-day trip, maybe 4. But anyway, we also get a real cute scene with Tia and her son, Nathaniel, who is a mama's boy. I have 3 sons. I would say all 3 of my sons are mama boys. My oldest being 30. My next oldest is 18, and then my 15-year-old. My 15-year-old definitely is a mama's boy, and he ain't too proud to tell you he is. The other 2, because they're grown, they'll act like they're not, but they are. But anyway, poor little Nathaniel tells his mom that he wants to be adopted. He wants to be adopted because the girls want him to clean up because they're going to throw a birthday party for Alexis, who is turning 14 or just turned 14. And so, oh, excuse me. He said, shoot, nobody cleaned up on my birthday. I was the only one cleaning up. So Tia said, well, can you not be adopted until Sunday until I get back? And he was like, okay. Cause she was like, well, what's gonna happen to our relationship? He's like, I don't know. Or maybe he ain't thought about that. So I enjoyed that because I always was that kind of parent. Like I played into the things that they said or made them think a little bit harder on the mess they thought they was pulling on me when I was just like, okay, I'm gonna pull it back on you too. So I enjoyed that moment. So are you guys having a good time? Think I really hope you guys are having a good time. I hope you guys hit the like button. I hope you guys are sharing me with your peoples, and I hope you guys have subscribed to my channel. But anywho, the ladies sit down and have a lovely, like the table was so pretty. And you know, they're about to have their dinner or whatever. And we find out that Stacy is a pescatarian. So that's why we always catch her eating fish. That's probably why her breath stinks a little bit. No disrespect, Stace. Keep you some Altoids, some Listerine strips, some gum, because if you're eating fish all the time, it's gonna start coming out of your pores and stuff. It's good for you though, Pookie Bear. So I'm not mad. Just make sure you have your, your stuff. The ladies are still not understanding Angel's disposition. They think her energy is a bit off. In fact, Tia says that Wendy and Angel haven't said 2 words to each other. Angel says she felt like they both felt attacked at Kay's pregame brunch. So that's probably why the energy has been off with them. Wendy says she doesn't feel like she attacked Angel. Here come Wendy being on her high horse. You guys get prepared. She just asked a simple question. Angel said the question was unnecessary. I agree. It was unnecessary because we had already got past it. And here you come, Wendy, with you don't have the same energy. Bitch, no, I don't have the same energy because I slept on it and I thought about it. And I can ask my friend at any time what she meant when she said chin check me. It's your weird self, bootlicker. Wendy's acting like a bootlicker, and I think she is licking Giselle's boots, along with a lot of them. But we'll get into it. Wendy says when it comes to her, Angel uses certain terms to weaponize them against her. Um, anything she says certain terms to weaponize them against her. Anything she does or says, Wendy feels like she is trying to villainize her, and that's her position on that. That's Wendy's position on that. She's the villain. Everybody's making her to be the bad guy. Wendy also says talking to Angel, that her energy seems to be a little bit off. It doesn't seem like she's excited to get to know the girls. Giselle said, "Are you excited to be around the girls?" Angel says, "Yes." She just, she's just an even kiltered person generally. So um she just has a hard time opening up to new people. She even has a harder time reaching out to new people. So basically that is her vulnerable spot. So I understand that. I get that. So Giselle says, can they talk about social media? Giselle says, I've been confused. Giselle's been confused, y'all. She says, you guys been out as a group and there's been all these posts with Tia face on it and another girl. She says she did not know that the other girl was you, Angel. She was like, I didn't know it was you, Angel. She feels like Giselle says, I feel like I was catfished. She felt like she was catfished. Are you dating Angel? You want to date Angel? Why would you feel catfished? Girl, goodbye, good night. Here y'all go. Here y'all go. Here I go. Here I go. Uh-oh. Like that's here you go. Here you fucking go. Angel says that particular picture is not even filtered. Ashley says she saw that picture today and she didn't think it was her either. Tia said she's had a baby 19 months ago. Giselle says, Angel, that's not you. The bitch says, that's not you. Wait, Giselle, are you serious? How would you tell somebody that's not her and she's posting on her own page? Because you said you went down her page. So you're telling me that you think this girl gonna post a picture of herself that's not her? Wow, that's different. Angel says it is. There's just no filter. She says it's super duper me. Now, when I looked at the picture, the nose looked a little pinched to me. She looked a little different, but I could tell it was still her. That was just me. I looked hard. I was looking hard enough to see that yes, that is Angel. And when they posted the other pictures of Angel, it looked like her. It looked like her all different. And I post my pictures all different too. Like I can make my nose look wider. I can make my nose look slender, depending on how I turn my nose down. But I can also make my nose look wider if I pull my nose up. So like there's just different things that you can do, but they was going in on her. So anyway, so I see what Giselle and Ashley was talking about, but bringing it up with everyone at the table is uncalled for. That's what I think. I think it's uncalled for them to do that. I know we're doing a show, but I know they can do scenes without everyone being there. And Giselle says she's down for a filter. Giselle says she's down for a filter because Wendy is the filter queen. When she said that, I was thinking, I thought she was about to set that up like, I'll use a good filter. This fool says Wendy is the filter queen. I said, I know. Wendy was like, well, damn, huh? I get in it. So Giselle tells Angel, I saw your page and none of those pictures look like you. Like the woman, that's right here. The woman in front of me. And in the confessional, Angel says that Angel says this, that she edited a picture. She edited a picture to complete. Oh, she was being facetious. She's like, oh, in the confession, she says, oh, I edited a picture to completely look unlike myself. That's taking it to the next level. So some of the ladies, she says, some of the ladies were laughing with Giselle, right along with, right. Let me read it correctly. Let me make sure I said it right. Some of the ladies at the table, some of the ladies was laughing right along with Giselle. They're so insecure with themselves and their appearance that they ran to the operating table to make themselves look like permanent Instagram photos. That's what Angel said. I was like, yikes. Okay, girl. Okay. Stacy says in her confessional, she said, it happens to the best of us. We pick our phones up and we start editing and a tweak here and a tweak there. And then you're all tweaked out. You're literally a different person. But she looked amazing. I said, girl, clean it up, Stace. Clean it up. She said she looked amazing. You got to give it to her. So Giselle and Ashley insist on it doesn't look like Angel. Angel definitely is getting aggravated. Kay say Kay says there's quite a few people at this table got pictures that don't look like themselves. So we get Kay in the confessional says that's definitely Angel's face. That is the Angel she knows, and she's trying to figure out where is all this drastic change of uh imagery is coming from. She said because we all may look a bit different in person, but not her because she looks better in person. LOL. I ain't mad. I am not even mad at Kay for saying that. So Wendy was whispering something to Stacy about why Wendy got irritated when Angel got mad at her because she was questioning her and she got mad at my tone. But looked, and then she's like, but look at how they acted. This is Wendy talking to Stacy, looking at Kay and Angel. Talking about look at how they acting. So Kay told Wendy to say it out loud. What you saying? What you over there telling Stacy? Wendy said that Wendy says the way that Kay has been shaking her head, her energy has been so different. And I'm thinking to myself, when Wendy says this, I don't know if you guys peep, but she had her eyes cocked like the way Kay has been shaking her head and her energy been so off. I'm thinking, girl, are you looking at yourself? Are you feeling yourself? Because girl, the way you squinting your eyes, you ain't looking so hot either. You looking like you got a little animosity on your chest. So Wendy says to Angel, she just asked a question and it led to her attacking Wendy. Wendy says, and you kept on going and going, excuse me, at the Preakness. Angel said, and so did you. Wendy says, look what you're doing right now. It continues to prove my point. Wendy says, Giselle is the one that is telling you that the person you purport to be in person is not who you purport to be on social media. And now your demeanor is completely different. Angel says she got the right to have a different demeanor. Wendy says, you do. Well, if she has a right to have a different demeanor, why are you calling her out on it? Shout out to Jamie. That's me. I am a fucking confusion. I'm confusion. Like for real. What are we talking about? Wendy, why are you bringing up something that you said? Now she has the right to be that way. Her demeanor, you have the right to for your demeanor to be different. Huh? And you the one talking about you were in the Twilight Zone last week. Girl, sit down, shut up, and leave me alone. Wendy says, so now it's been peeped that you came at me a certain way. Because when we were at Kay's house, Kay said, do you even like this lady? And that exposed you both. Angel said, what did that expose? Giselle says that you guys had conversation about Wendy and probably about all of us. Angel said, what did she tell me? Something about you because she had a problem? Yeah, she did. Wendy says, it's clear that she's been talking about me for a while. And she points at Jazzy. Because remember, Jazzy said about 6 months ago, freaking Kay came to her and said something about Wendy. So Kay says, it's always semantics. Giselle asked Wendy if she could. It Giselle asked Wendy, "So, are you good?" She always asking Wendy, "Is she good?" And Wendy is always lying. "Oh, I'm always good. I'm really good." Right. That's why you bring up bullshit. Okay. Tia says, long as we stay open to moving forward. Wendy says to Giselle, she thinks she did such a great job in giving everyone robes and and a makeup bag with their initials on it. She goes she goes on to tell her that, but when she was in Stacy's room, she noticed that Stacy doesn't have her name on her robe, nor does she has her initial on the makeup bag. Stacy says she finds it odd she doesn't have something written on her note. Giselle said, "Well, shit, you wasn't supposed to even get a note. So why is the blank note there, Giselle? I feel like you did that purposely. You always trying to make a moment that falls way, way flat, and nobody gives a F. We don't." Anyway, Giselle said it's because she is confused on who she is. Stacy said, "You don't know my name?" Giselle says, "I know your name, but it's a little bit more symbolic from the person I met last year and the person that's been around this year." Giselle says it's just been different with us with she and Stacy. Stacy says she finds it funny that Giselle keeps her to this high standard, and she has to show her Stacy has to show Giselle, you know, everything, and she has to be accountable, uh and the ladies are always talking about her relationship, talking about Stacy. Why don't we talk about Giselle, you having a whole man? Giselle can, boy, poker face. She act like I ain't got no man. That's the face she gave, right? So Stacy in her moment, oh yeah, let's talk about the man you have, that whole man you have. His name is Sean. He played in the NFL. Jesse was like, "Okay, girl, come on, whack." I was like, Tia says, "Oh, they can't." Tia says, "Oh," talking to Jassy and Angel. "Oh, they can welcome her as a wag." Stacy brings out her phone and tells Giselle to stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stacy thought she ate her up. You didn't. Giselle looks at her phone at Stacy phone because Stacy has the picture of Giselle and old boy on her phone. Giselle picks up the phone. She looks at the phone, and this fool's talking about, "Ooh, I look cute." Stacy like, "His name is Sean Springs. He played for the NFL." Giselle says, "Well, that was a date." Stacy says, "That's not what the streets are saying." Giselle said, "What street?" Not what street. She said, "The streets. You know which streets." Jazzy asks Ashley if she met him. Ashley says she has. She met him the initial night Giselle and Sean met, which was at a birthday party. He came very correct to Giselle. He had on a nice Fendi sweater. He was a gentleman and he's very intellectual. They've been out a couple of dates. So Wendy said, "Are they still dating?" Giselle says, "Yeah, he's still around." We get Ashley in her confessional saying before Stacy go prodding into Giselle's business that she should come clean about what she's been doing with her time. So think about that. Ho. Just kidding. That's what Ashley said. That's not my words. Um So back at the dinner, Ashley asks of us, how many of us at the table, ladies, been have dated or been on a date with an NFL player? You know, at least a date. You know what I mean? Giselle says, well, everybody at this table should have said they have. But then she looks at Wendy and says, okay, maybe not you. Maybe because she's not from our country. Ashley says, Stacy, you're not raising your hand? Stacy says in her phone, I'm checking my wet and wavy, girl. She says, I'm not listening to Ashley. Ashley says, how convenient. How convenient. Stacy said, what are you talking about? Giselle says, oh, yeah, Stacy. Very convenient. So Wendy looks at Stacy and said, you know, this famous line that's in the movie Belly. She says, they're about to drop a dime on your ass.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
I'm saying that's what Wendy said. They're about to drop a dime on your ass. And I knew exactly what that meant. And so Stacy said she don't know what they're talking about. Ashley said one of the homegirls told me that you reached out to her to get close to somebody that many of us, at least at this table, met or know. Giselle says to Wendy, oh, you met him. She says he played on the former Washington. We don't use this word anymore, but it used to be the Washington Redskins. They are not, they don't go by the Redskins anymore. That's why she said former, formal, or former. I hate saying those words, former. Yeah. Redskins, we don't use that no more. They go by the Commanders now. Anyway, and so Wendy starts screaming because she's like, it started hitting her like, what the, like, she starts screaming. So while Wendy is screaming, freaking Jazzy, nobody can really hear her, but Jazzy was like, Chris Samuels? Wendy says to Stacy, you were trying to date Chris Samuels? That's how they ended it, child. It is to be continued, y'all. My God. It was a good episode. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not gonna complain. No, I'm not gonna complain. Like literally, um, there was a lot said and done on that little bit of them getting on the plane, them getting to the island, then getting to the room, them going to dinner. This is just the first night, y'all. The first night. And all of this has already transpired. So I am ready to get into it for the next couple of episodes to see how this trip ends up, the blood, sweat, and tears that are going to go into it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I hope you guys enjoyed my show. I hope you guys come back and rock with me again because I enjoyed you guys. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the Housewives of Potomac. I enjoyed recapping and reviewing it for you guys. Like I said, my Cash App has been scrolling on the bottom of the screen. So if you guys want to bless me, I would appreciate it. If you don't have it, I understand. All I need is a like from you guys. It is very much needed and appreciated. Okay. Thank you guys for rocking with me, cuties. I had a great time. And don't forget to get down in these comments. You know, when I premiere it, I'm in the comments. And then once it premieres and it's just on YouTube, you also can still get in the comments and we can have a conversation. I will get to you. We will talk. Okay. So don't be afraid to get in the comments and talk to me. We can have a good old convo. Okay. So I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, cuties. All right. I will catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully, I did not tick a lot on this live because for whatever reason, I moved my router and it's supposed to work better. But hey, hopefully everything goes well. All right, y'all, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys are sharing me with your peoples and make sure you tune in. Oh, hit the notification buttons to make sure you put all so you don't miss none of my content when I drop it or when I go live. Okay. I catch you cuties on the next one. Y'all have a good day.